All right, you want to do the intro?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Mic'd Up with my boy Mike. And guess what? He's mic'd up. You want Michelangelo or Mike?
Michelangelo. And
my boy Mike. He's mic'd up. We'll work on it next time.
You don't have to scream though, by the way.
I was really excited.
Yeah, his was too far. Yours is too close. And this guy's screaming. Okay, and then that third person that you hear is our special guest that we told you guys last week that we have here with us. Actually, I don't even need these.
Stop putting them on.
Our special guest, Mr. Adan.
Yes, sir.
Castillo.
What's going on, guys? It's good to be here. It's good to be in Mic'd Up. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you. You over
Shout
there
out
too.
everybody.
Thank you.
Turn that okay.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a tiny desk concert. Isn't it crazy?
Right?
All right. So before we move in to the podcast, let me give you guys a quick introduction of Adan. Adan is probably one of the most motivational, inspirational people I have had in my life. He's like a big brother to me. He has guided me. I met him at a later age in my life, around 17. He's also been this exact same amazing soul to some of the greatest entertainers in the world, like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Daniel Smith.
Oh, wow.
All right, thanks. Yes, so he has led people and guided them through some of their toughest times in life, and has also been by their side through some of their greatest times in life, like Logan when he fought Mayweather.
Mayweather was there in it.
And then Jake Paul, and then Jake when he first started boxing and decided to. I believe you say this before, you spoke on it, where he looked at you and he said, "I'm gonna be a real boxer. Yeah. I don't want to be a social media boxer. I want to be a professional boxer. Yeah. Nice. This isn't for the money. This is for me to have the career."
Yeah.
And you told him what needed to be done. Yes, so, when we bring you on and we want to bring you here, and of course you're going to be on season 2 of Mic'd Up, the show too. So there we'll go really deep into the interview. We're going to do some boxing. It's a crazy episode where you guys will see when it releases.
You going to do boxing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We were training for a while. We're still got to fight at some point in time. Planned.
All right.
There you go.
Maybe when I find somebody to fight.
Maybe like a Teletubby.
I'll fight whoever.
But that'll be some entertainment.
Anybody that wants to smoke.
Unless the Teletubby has some hands.
Anybody that wants to smoke, hit my DM up.
Oh, boy.
We'll put it on pay-per-view. Fight. Man. I don't care who it is.
You should care a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You should care.
Anyways, but
appreciate you,
so we'll go deeper in when we get to interviewing you for our Mic'd Up today. We just want to bring your personality, your energy, and take some input on whatever we talk about. Today we're going to touch base again. Sorry, I know we talked about it last week, was the marathon. Now this is after the marathon. I actually finished it.
We've completed the marathon. We did it. We raised some money for the marathon.
You ran it last year for the charity as well. Same charity I did.
Nice. That's how many completed marathons between us three now?
11.
That's a lot.
That's 11. We've done 11.
We've done 11. Yeah. That was my 10th
job,
marathon. That was your first.
My first.
And you've
been
inspirational.
There supporting all the way.
I actually did a marathon and 3 halves last year. So
did you?
A marathon and 3 halves?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great. Man. Do you find yourself doing more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna do a triathlon. That's a goal.
We talked about that. We're gonna do the Ironman. You want to do the triathlon? You want to do the Ironman?
I'm actually gonna do the Ironman. It's the faster one, so it's the one that's not as long. It's in September, so I'm actually.
Wait, what is it? So the Ironman, for those of you guys that don't know, the Ironman is actually, you might not know. I actually don't know how many miles the bike. I think it's 75 miles on a bike, 1.5 mile swim, and a full marathon run. That's over the Ironman.
That's over 100 miles.
The average time for the Ironman is 9 hours.
A year.
No, 9 hours. Yeah, right. 9 hours. It's a 9 hours completion time. That's the average for a male.
Props to them.
The above average is anywhere from 7 to 8.5 hours. And of course, elite people, they run a marathon in 2.5 hours. Then they probably finish in like 5-6 hours before the people winning the championship. But
yeah, I'm definitely not doing that.
You're not doing that one. Which one are you doing?
I think the one that I don't know what exactly it is, but it's definitely shorter. It's a I think
It's probably a half.
it's a half swim. It's
So it's like half of one. It's like a 0.75.
something like that.
Or maybe,
12.
actually, no. I think the swim, no matter what, has always been 1 mile. I've looked at all of them.
Is it?
Whether you did a 10K run or like a 25-mile bike, that always gets like really, really shorter. But the mile always stays at the swim always stays at 1 mile.
At 1 mile, okay. Then
Yeah.
that's my weakness.
I'm out. It's your
So I
weakness?
got to change for that.
I'm out.
You're out.
I'll be there supporting. I can get on a floaty like a little boat while y'all
Okay.
swimming.
Why not? We should decide now and just do it all together.
Let's do it together.
Let's do it.
Come on, man. Let's
Hey.
do it.
Don't make me a liar.
Come on, bro.
At least he's honest. He's being honest.
Yeah,
Like,
don't
don't
make
be
me a
like, if I
liar.
say I'm gonna do it, and don't do
that's
it.
true. Thank you, thank you.
Just okay. Do like what do you call it when somebody in your belief? What do you call it when somebody wants to project a belief? Like
Manifest
semi-truth?
it?
Manifest it?
Manifest it,
Semi-truth?
yeah.
Just manifest
Yeah,
it.
manifest it,
Manifest
yeah.
that you're gonna do it.
All right, let me
Because
see.
it's not that bad. A 10K is only 6 miles. 25-mile bike run is nothing if you can run 6 miles. And a 1 mile swim could be the tough part if you're not a swimmer. But it's easy to train for swimming.
True.
I gotta run it by my kids, see if they're okay with
Kids are
that.
gonna cheer you on. They're gonna want to do it more than anything.
Yeah, no, for sure. We'll get back to it. Next topic, though. Congratulations for making it to Mic'd Up, man. We love it. We love it.
baby.
Okay,
Thanks
so
for
let's
having
get
me.
into it. We're talking about the marathon. So, tell us where did you drive? As somebody who's been so motivational and you tell me, and Daniel could probably attest to this, but people tend to call you when they need that extra push in life, correct?
Yeah.
And they look for you for guidance and go, hey, can you, advise us a little bit more? Or like tell me, what am I doing wrong maybe, or what can I do right? And you've taken this on where you've even become a pastor now, right?
Yeah.
So now you're a leader, You're a true born leader. You're a leader in church, and you're guiding the youth, guiding adults, you're guiding everybody. So when you did this marathon, was there a breaking point, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, bro. So when I first did the marathon, the reason I did it was because I think it's like 4 months before, I went to run a mile and I couldn't. And I just had my kid, and I said, I can't. I got to change this. So as soon as because the moment I said, oh, dang, I can't even run a mile. Like, I don't even think I can run 2 miles. And then the first thing I said, I got to run a marathon. Like, I got to change that lie that I'm planning in my head. Right away, I said that. So when we planned it, I ended up, I was so, inspired, doing everything. And I think I trained for the last 2.5 months, which I felt like was a good time. And I started good, and then I started running too much, too fast. So I pulled the muscle on the bottom of my foot.
Really?
Which took me out. Yeah, it took me out.
That's because you were wearing the wrong shoes, not because.
Now I know.
Yeah, that's because you were wearing the wrong shoes, and not because you were overtraining.
Whatever it was, it took me out. It took me out for like a solid 2.5 weeks. I couldn't even run. So that took me out. And then I think 4 weeks into it, I was able to get my big runs. Luckily, I was still doing the bikes, doing as much as I could, swimming. And I told myself, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to stop. That's all I said. I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
And I felt good. I started the marathon, and I was like running, and I felt like, okay, I think I'm at like an 8.5, 9. And I was actually like 8, close to high 7, and I was good.
How fast were these miles?
They were pretty fast. They're probably like close to 8.
Okay.
8 miles.
8
And I
miles
was-
at up to 8 miles?
Yeah, no, I got there probably, I would say
How
about
long did you keep that pace?
Mile 4, mile 5.
Okay.
And then once I started going, my hip went out.
The
It
hip?
just, bro, the hip.
Ooh.
And I never had that experience.
Right.
Bro, I went from having like a fast 8-mile pace to 11.5, 12, 13.
Oh.
And I was like in a place where I just had to zone in. And I just remember telling myself, like, I'm going to do it. I told myself I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
So I thugged it out, and I'm finishing it. Did it like
Nice.
450 or something like that.
That's not bad for somebody who just loses
Bro,
a hip in the middle.
right.
450 is not that bad. I
bad.
didn't train this year at all, and I finished it at 5 hours and 45 minutes, but I was just breezing. I knew I wanted to finish it. I knew I didn't want to like completely destroy my body.
Yeah.
I knew me and you were talking, I ran 8-minute miles. I cheated. I ran about 8 to 9 minute miles all the way to about mile 12, mile 13. And then right after I got to that half point, I took like a 1 mile break where I walked, and then about mile 16 and 18, I started doing like increments of running, walking, where I was kind of like about half a mile to 2/3 of a mile I was running for the rest of it. And then I ran the last mile. So yeah, I mean, there's no way like, and I 5:45. I wasn't rushing.
And it's crazy. As I was running, that was the first marathon I've ever done. Mm-hmm. And I remember having my headphones on, and I'm in the zone. I had like my playlist. I had like my podcast, everything. Mm-hmm. Then I just see the people outside the community, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I said, no, I don't need this music, bro. I decided I got hype.
Yeah.
I think I picked it up to like a 10 or so, 9.5.
So Los Angeles, that's why I continued to do
it was an experience.
This time was my 5th time doing it, technically 6th time. The first time I didn't do it under my name.
Yeah.
But like, this is technically my 6th time doing Los Angeles. I've done New York City 4 times and Miami once. So maybe 11 actually. But I got to check these medals. But one thing about New York City and LA, the whole city comes out and everybody cheers for you.
Cheers for you,
you
bro.
see somebody for 26 miles. There's no point in time where you don't see somebody cheering you out and a total stranger and you don't feel motivated. Before you know it, you're at mile 9.
Yeah.
Which is what we were talking about last podcast where I said almost anybody can run a marathon.
Yeah.
It's just really just endurance. And I was telling him on the last podcast last week that I think a marathon is one of the highest level of athleticism that anybody can participate in. You know? Because all it takes is consistency.
Yep. Yeah.
And that trains great, like, that trains you well for like just life and work and every day. Like if you can just stay consistent and gradually grow your miles, you can do it. You don't need to be 6'6" to be a basketball player. You don't need to have a 48-inch vertical. You don't need to be lifting 500 pounds or running 4.4. You don't need to. There's nothing specifically that is needed other than just your dedication and your self-motivation.
For sure.
Definitely.
And that's something that you can apply to every single day. That's why I think like a marathon is something like it applies to anybody. It's a level of like, you know, they say only 1% of the population have ever ran a marathon.
That's crazy because there's a lot of people in
7 billion people. That's at 1%. That's 700,000.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I know as someone running a marathon. After that, it's just you're different. You're like, I ran a marathon. You know? It's that mental toughness that you continuously take. And it actually helped me a lot in the rest of my year. Like I was telling you guys, I ended up running another, 3 other marathons, half marathons.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, why not?
Why not?
I already did a full.
Yeah, I'm doing it. It's easy. And it was crazy because, I was able to kind of prep a little bit better. And some I didn't prep as much. And I'm like, let me just challenge myself. But I definitely wanted to get a faster time.
Yeah.
But it's pretty dope. Like everybody, like people there was a guy barefoot. There's a guy carrying a log.
I saw that when I was there Sunday. Yeah, it was a guy with a log and he had sandals on.
He's known for that. Then that's that guy.
Yeah,
he's probably done 50 marathons.
Bro, I seen
There's
him.
Guys that have a thing. They do all these marathons nationwide. First of all, I sat down in the medical tent and there was a 70-year-old lady next to me, and that was her 200th marathon.
Oh,
200. And she started when she was 40, she said. I said, 200? How many were you doing a year?
Yeah.
knocking them out, bro.
Polishing them.
Polishing
cities.
That moment, bro, like I would see these people, I'm like, dang. Like this is
if they're doing this, I can run.
Lifetime. Exactly.
Yeah, it's motivational for sure.
Oh, bro. And you feel it. And like, when you feel like that good energy, that's exactly what
Was there a point in time that you felt like, because, I mean, we've always talked about this. We have the same mindset that there's nothing that you could ever put in front of me that I do not think I could excel at, kill, and I won't be the best at it if I put my mind to it. The power of the mind is undefeated.
Yes.
And if I believe in it, and if I tell myself I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it at a level that you've never done it at.
Exactly.
And, you believe the same way. We all have the same motivation. We have the same drive and the same ambition. Was there a point in time where you were like, I might not finish this?
Never.
No,
I didn't let myself. I think
like that, you didn't let yourself, but did it creep?
Oh, bro,
of course. The first time I did a marathon ever, it literally mile 16, mile 20. I was
18
like,
for me.
I was like, yo, this might be something I don't finish.
Yeah, I did it. You know what I did want to do?
Yeah, mile 16. And that was the thing. Your first marathon is always the hardest. It gets easier because your body readjusts to it. And the same thing. My first marathon, mile 16 is when I first broke down. My knee gave out. I was like, whoa. Where did he go?
Yes.
And then this one started working, and this one stopped working. I was like, oh, what's going on? And you feel like a car that's just breaking down.
Yeah.
I don't know, your shoulder just dislocates.
Why my shoulder hurting? Yeah, bro. It was crazy. Yeah, that definitely. I think 18 was a moment where I wanted to cheat. Because
there's a point where you can just
and I'm like, dang.
That's the new route.
Bro.
You didn't do the last route. I did the last time they did the route where it was just straight shot and you end up at the pier in Santa Monica.
Yeah, I would have rather that one.
The new route, you be.
I was in my head. I said, somebody would know.
The new and there's even a ramp that takes you right into it. Yo, it's so.
I thought about it. I was just like, stop. Come on, baby.
Don't look.
Don't look. And it's like it was like literally tempting. It was like probably like
it's
3
like they probably did that on purpose just to to test the mental of who it is and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
so we're gonna see who you really are.
Right.
Yeah, I think they also moved it for that Center City Mall. Like I was thinking about today, I was like, man, this brings so much money to the Center City Mall. People eating, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably why they did it. Because in Santa Monica, you would finish there, and there really wasn't like, I mean, you go to a bar and they'll give you like a free shot if you wear your medal and stuff like that. But it wasn't like. It wasn't the way that this Center City Mall looks like. It's a party in there, and they have the beer garden inside. So I was like, they probably moved it there. The mall was like, bring it here, bring us all this money, you know.
Sure.
But that spinner, I hate.
It was so tough. I
hate this. So the spin around isn't. It's crazy how it works, and I think life works like this. Where that first, drive on the spin around, you're like, damn. Like you're looking at people and you're kind of like, this is where like they say never compare yourself, right?
Yeah.
You look at people and you're like, damn, this guy's almost done. Yep. That's 23. This is 18. And you're just thinking about all these negative thoughts and you're going, and then you bust that U-turn and you're on the other side and it's like, woo, boy, I'm almost there. Like it's crazy. And
I
it's
didn't
like,
do ha.
Yeah, but
I was more like, come on, man, you almost there.
Oh, like, damn, you got 6 more. Oh, I've never been there.
Exactly. Well, but the crazy thing is that I'm like, okay, cool. I'm about to finish. But I'm like, wait, I'm barely on mile like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more.
So much more.
It's a lot longer than what I expected. But I knew that I could tell if I stopped.
That was it.
It's a wrap.
That was it. My legs were like.
But I think someone that's never ran one, but I apply the theory of life of like, you've got, like when someone's going to retire soon from like professional, what do they usually say? I got more miles behind me than I do in front of me.
That's a fact.
So they just kind of push forward and they want to make that last amount. So if you get, I know it's like 10 miles, 8 miles, 5 miles, 6 miles, and it's probably like, it's still 5, 6 miles a lot, but you just ran 18, 15. Exactly. Like you ran more than what you have left. So you can prove at that point, it's like mentally, like, bro, you were supposed to break down at mile 5, at mile 10, at mile 11. You went more than half, finish it.
Yep.
You got it. I should body after whatever, but you literally have got way less miles in front of you than you do behind you.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of like damn, I really have already accomplished more than what I do. So this last 5 may hurt, but nah, I've done the 18, 20.
I've done 18.
Yeah.
And it's definitely like having that mindset, like having that, like just understanding of like, all right, I just did all this. I got to keep moving. But there's a lot of people that also stop. Like there's a lot of people. Like so those last, I would say 4 to 5 miles, I would say that was.
You see people. That's what's crazy is you actually, it's so inside the community because there's fans cheering this side on and cheering that side. There's all that, and then you see people just go over to the side, sit down, and just almost call it quits.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they finish. I don't want to say they call it quits, but you see them, they're sitting down, and
they're
you're just like, oh, it might be
over.
Well,
it's different
person.
too, where like maybe people's body shuts down. You know, that does happen.
Yeah,
it's not
that was definitely.
But the
mentally,
is
they probably wanted to.
Once you stop, that's it. You can't. Yeah. There's no more picking back.
And then
if you don't have that training, you're not picking back up.
You're not piggybacking. And I remember it was like for a while there was no water, and the only one that there was a water was like a far. Like, I had to go through the grass. I literally went through the grass, and it slowed me down, and I said, psych, boom. I kept running. I'm like, let me just keep going. Because I knew if I would have stopped.
It was over.
That's it.
Isn't it crazy, though? Like, I was Sean, my employer, my guy that handles equivalents for me.
Shout out Equivalents shoe store over there.
Sean ran the marathon for his first time ever.
Let's go.
Shout out Sean. Congratulations.
Congrats, man.
It took him 6.5 hours.
That's good.
He did it.
Because he didn't properly train with all the rain and work and so much stuff.
But he finished.
And it was so raining. But he did finish. Man, he started, his struggle started like at 9 miles when I caught up to him, and he was like, and I asked him, I was like, did you get any of the goodies along the way? Because everybody comes out. Yeah. They all bring you orange slices, pickle juice, Coca-Cola, and it's so crazy. All this unhealthy stuff is really just fuels you for that way.
Yeah.
The sugar, the carbs, it keeps you alive because your body takes so long to process. So if you're putting up those miles, I mean, it's okay to ingest that kind of stuff. But he was like, I'm taking everything. Yep, I don't care who it was coming from. It's there. Yeah. I was eating. He's like, at one point in time, I got a hot dog.
Exactly.
He said, cool.
So let me ask you, what I wanted to pull from you was, what's something motivational and what's a drive that you could say, or somebody that is watching could say to themselves to bring them past mile 18?
I think,
other than just, you know what, I got to do it. Obviously, I think Nike, of course, just do it is one of the best things. That is the best inspirational thing.
Yeah.
Just do it. But what do you think? What would you suggest? Yeah, what did you do?
So something that I did that worked for me was I started thinking of my family members and thinking of all the good things, like 20 things why they're great.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Interesting.
And I just started I needed fuel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I got a big family. So I'm like, all right, and I got a long way to go.
Yeah.
So I just started thinking of all the things that I'm grateful for. You know, my sisters from the old, I started from my parents, went down the thing, and I was just thinking that. And I think it was a good time for me to go into a mental state of gratitude. So I would say that's what it is that changed everything. When you're in these moments of chaos and these moments of like, I'm done, when you switch your mind into a place of gratitude.
What is good that's happening?
You're getting oxygen to your body. You're able to be in a mindset where you're more, you know what I mean? You're actually able to see more. Rather than see smaller and see like defeat.
Letting those thoughts come in.
Exactly.
You're fighting it with positivity.
You're fighting positivity. You're fighting it with. I think, and this is kind of cool. I was looking into the word of gratitude because I'm like, I'm gonna be gratitude. I'm gonna be more grateful with things. And I'm like, what does that mean? And I realized. I think in the Bible, I was like, let me search it in the Bible. Let me just see what it says there.
That's a dictionary.
It's a dictionary. And then there was a verse in Psalms, I think 9:1, I might be wrong. But it was just like a grateful heart, an authentic heart is truly grateful if it has a heart full of wonder. Something like that. It's like to be truly grateful, to have an authentic, truthful, grateful heart, you have to have a heart full of wonder.
Okay.
So it brought the word wander into understanding, and I'm like, wait, okay, wander, what does that mean? And it's pretty much being able to go into a place, know a person, and know that just because you know a little bit of it, there's so much more inside there. So be able to see more than that person that you knew before. You know what I mean? Go into a place, be able to see more, be able to go into a place, create, also be able to create, go into unknown places and then bring people with you. So there's like so much more into having a heart full of wonder, being grateful. Okay. To be truly grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking about that while running. You done already knocked down 5 miles. And
exactly. And it's just like different things where.
Once you go down that list.
Bro, it's crazy. It made me think like, okay, you know the saying when you hear, hey, you got to, you should think outside the box. Right now, I've been in that place where I need to start looking more inside the box. Okay. Like, there's so much more wisdom. There's so much more things. Like, and I just start this with people. With Daniel. Oh, I know Daniel. Yeah, we did this. I really don't know you. You know what I mean? There's so much more that I actually really don't know you. And I feel like a lot of the times we see people and we're like, oh, yeah, I know him. And
but how much do you truly know?
How much do you really truly know him? Also, if you actually really, really, truly know him, he's not the same person he was last year either. You know what I mean? True. So just kind of having that mentality of like, wait, let me start seeing the best in people. Actually, when I'm with people, I want to see the best in them.
Yeah.
That way, when they're around me, they feel like, oh, wow, I can be better.
They can feel like the best.
Exactly.
The best version of themselves because you're acknowledging the best version of them. That is amazing way to think about it.
That is.
That actually, like, they share it back. You know what I mean?
It's returned energy for sure.
It's returned energy, exactly. Yeah. So I would say if you can do that in those moments of being like, all right, let me be grateful, and just go from there.
Yeah, well, I'm following off on that topic. I do want to get into because I know there's going to be people waiting for it, and then so I mean, just to name a few, you've trained some of the greatest entertainers of all time and some of the greatest fighters of all time. So we have Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Ryan Garcia.
Well, we worked with him on camp.
Worked with him on camp.
But I got to, just see how great he is, just the stuff that he does.
Is there anybody else that you want to maybe mention?
I mean, we were able to, I didn't specifically work with some certain fighters, but I got to see how they,
how they
operate, what they do, like just wisdom that they given us. So we got to work with just different people. It was my brain is kind of not getting it there right now. But let me see. I forgot his name right now. We'll get something. We'll get something. Well, when it comes into mind, we can
mention it. But what I wanted
yeah.
to get to was let's just be on the topic of somebody like Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Right. Logan Paul at one point in time it was the number one YouTuber in the world, one of the number one entertainers of the world. Operates at such a high level, I mean, you're talking about this guy works 24/7. At one point in time, remember when he was in LA. I remember when he was doing YouTube, and I was around him, and you were deeper around him. I mean, he was 2 hours of sleep a day.
Yeah, they were
up at 6 a.m. vlogging, dropping off the vlog footage by 5 p.m. to have it released by the next day. Like they were operating. They were like a machine. Let me ask you. And this is just to really, I want to kind of bring the difference in the fact that just still that everybody's just human.
Yeah.
Does somebody who operates at such a high level, and has done so much in this world, do they still have the same insecurities and the same? Do they still need to pull from the same? Do they still need to pull a certain type of motivation?
Oh yeah,
the same way a regular person does on a day to day.
I would say, of course. I feel like the more, just to kind of just share what you said. Thank you for that. You know, I wouldn't say that they're one of the greatest fighters, boxers.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah, not boxers for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But
entertainers.
Entertainers for sure.
These guys can create
and also
a media kit.
Oh yeah, respect to that, and also to be able to fight in the level that they were. Like I got to see firsthand, them fighting certain pros.
Yeah,
people that were like.
I mean, you were there when you fought Mayweather.
Mayweather,
you were in the camp.
One of the best. I
mean, you were there when Jake threw his hat.
Got your hat. I was in the whole, and I was in all of that.
Got your hat.
Got your hat. Yep. I was in the middle of that.
You were in the middle of the whole room. I remember seeing you and talking to you after that, going, "What happened?" I saw you almost got hit. Literally, it was about to be a rumble.
It was crazy. I just remember just being in the middle of that, and I remember just looking at Logan and just being. We just once we heard what happened, we were like, all right, let's go, because we knew Jake was always going to do something crazy.
Yeah.
So when we seen just like a big pile of people running towards Jake, Logan was just like, that's my brother. So he went, and I was just like, Logan, I got you. I got him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I kind of like pulled him to the side, and literally just kind of like
because that could have ended the whole fight. The fight would have never even happened.
Oh yeah, bro.
And if Logan would have hit Mayweather before anybody, the fight would have been called off.
Really
they would have lost. They would have lost the license for the fight.
We were definitely outnumbered.
Yeah.
Also, there was also people out there that were still being chill. You know what I mean? So I could feel that. And as I was going there, I was just like being super calm in this chaotic place where you had Mayweather saying, "I'm gonna kill you." And then
he took his hat.
He took his hat. And it was
got your hat.
It was got your hat.
Got your hat.
And he wasn't prepared for that. That's what sucked.
Yeah, no,
he wasn't prepared for that. But yeah, when all that was happening, like I remember just like climbing under, like not climbing, but just like going under these security guards and people trying like to scratch my ears, punch me, and like, swinging at Jake. It was crazy.
Wow.
And in that time, bro, like I'm praying. I said, God, keep me, calm, keep it peace. Because even though it was chaotic, it was still not too crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
was money involved.
There had to be.
Exactly.
Was there any point in time of this entire skeptical thing where you're like, you kind of have these people who nobody's taking serious professionally, and then you have these professionals that don't want to be taken as a joke.
Oh, for sure.
And that's where things really got taken too far, right?
Oh,
like you're doing got your hat, like, dude, I'm one of the greatest boxers of all time. Do not do that to me.
Nobody does that to me. Yeah. It was a lot of that, and it was like it was a new world for Mayweather too. It was a new world for Logan. Like I could see fear and all this like insecurity and things, but when it came to it, that camera's on, they gotta perform, they gotta go out there, they turned it on. They're just like, I'm gonna create this person that I believe in since I was whatever kid, you know.
Yeah.
They had this mentality of like, I'm here, I'm fighting to win every time. They never second guess like, oh, maybe I can get no, I'm gonna.
But they still are pulling from the same. They're fighting their own reasoning to find motivation. They're still
for sure
pulling that goal.
Oh,
They have their little hiccups, just like any
everybody.
human being.
Yeah.
And everything.
Oh yeah, what I was saying there, like if anything, like, and I would say that a lot of people, even successful people,
Yep.
you know, there's definitely that moment of like, man, I'm alone. You know, oh, this is hard. Oh, dang, like, am I truly, you know, doing what I'm supposed to do? Just kind of like second guessing their things. And I think what makes everything just go smoother is just, you know, your camp. Having the people that you need in your camp. That's so important.
Having the right people around you is so important. I mean, I have believe it or not, the friend of mine, the person that actually got me, and hopefully I hope we can rekindle this friendship one day. But you know, the person that the guy that got me into marathons. He actually really, really helped me out. Because I mean, you guys know me forever, and I've done so much in my life, and I do so much all the time, and I operate so high, and but I've never like put up anything on the walls. I've never really like, yeah. Now I do.
Oh,
there's a lot of stuff on the walls.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I've never really I get if I get a trophy, it goes in the corner. If I get a medal, I'm put it somewhere. Like I've never framed nothing. I've never really like, you know, I just kind of put it to the side and on to the next.
For sure.
And but for me, it's like I never really ever felt like I do enough. I've never felt like I do enough, and that's why I always feel like I need to do more, because I never feel like it's ever enough. Like it needs to, like this is great, but I can do more, so I need to do more. You know, so and that's where it came. And he sat me down one day, and he took me into his room where he has his like movie posters that he wrote for. He has the scripts up, and these are little things and little frames that he put together himself. Whether it could be something as small as just like an order, just a manifesting something that he wrote on like a napkin. He'll frame it and put it up there. And he says, sometimes when I feel like I'm not doing enough, and sometimes when I feel down, I come into this room and I look and I remind myself, you know, sometimes you may feel defeated, but you have won 100 battles.
Yeah.
You know, and from there, I mean, I started doing the same thing. Like any little thing, like I have in my bedroom, I have like a framed Squirtle, and it's a second generation Squirtle. It's not really worth nothing. It's like $20 card now. It's not like a first edition or nothing. It's not a $2,000 Squirtle, and it's pretty beat up. It's got a little, but for me, like that was, you know, I grew up extremely poor, and whenever I would ask for anything like that, I never got it. But I asked my dad for that one day, and he bought it for me. It was a $2 card, and he bought it for me, and I got it. And that was like my first, you know, actual, like, how would you say it? I guess like, you know, like toy of choice or something like that. Because I never had that opportunity. You know, I never got like, I never had that privilege where, Christmas Day you wake up and I had a mountain of gifts, or like, what do you want for Christmas? And I choose. It was essentials. You know, you get what you need, and that's what you eat. You get food. Huh? Socks. Not even socks. Socks were already socks were already bought, you know? So right.
Yes.
So like little things like that, I started framing and started appreciating. Like this is where this gave me motivation. Once I got that one card, that motivated me to be able to buy myself more, to be able to get more things. I had the same thing with the Yu-Gi-Oh card that my mother bought me when I was like 14, and then that just little things like that. And to me, that means
a lot.
Sometimes you just have to pause.
For sure.
And the people around you sometimes have to remind you. Dale's done it really well for me my entire life. He's seen me sometimes when I really beat myself up, and he's always reminded me, like, you know, hey man, like you just need to remember, like this is you've always figured it out.
Yeah, it's a moment. It's a moment.
Yeah,
good or bad. I always try to remind myself and people too. Life is just full of moments. For sure. And long as you have my mindset is, as long as you have more good moments than bad, you're winning.
Yeah,
for sure.
You're winning, and you're gonna have bad moments. It's life. Nobody's in anybody. One thing we all have in common, we're going to go through life, and we're going to have good days, and we're going to have bad days.
That's facts.
But if you can pile up the good days more than the bad days, and you just remind yourself, it's almost kind of like a full circle moment of like when you were talking about running and just reminding yourself to be grateful for the things you have and the people in your life.
Yeah.
In those moments of like bad moments I've had or days, I just go and and I go, you know what? It could be worse.
Yeah.
Let me see what I'm alive to even be able to experience this bad moment.
For sure.
There's people that would give anything to at least be here
to have
a bad day.
Yeah. That is facts.
And then when you think of it like that, you're like, oh wow, well, okay, let me just feel this moment. It sucks. It's not great.
For sure.
But it's going to pass. And this is an opportunity, a lesson, an L, whatever you want to call it, to maybe not feel this again. And maybe another experience, or just like go through it. And I try to tell everybody, the people I love, and like strangers, like when and I know Mike, I've known Mike for over 20 years. So I know when he's having good days, bad days, and his heart is a pure, like, you're a good guy. Like everybody
Amazing.
has their own, perception or whatever. No one's perfect. But when you know someone's intentions are hard, or like, they're good people, and it's like, you're gonna have bad moments. This world sucks sometimes. It does. It does.
It just sucks.
It sucks sometimes. It is what it is.
I always say it all the time. Listen, the world sucks, but like,
but it's also at the same time a great place.
It's also a great place. But you can make your own world as the best for yourself.
And I think like
that's what I always say.
I think it's important for you. I love that we're talking about this, because it gives you a moment to be like, okay, let me reflect, because the moment that I feel like we're not able to reflect and understand, like, wait, let me see, I've come this far. I've accomplished this much. Also, through those accomplishments, those times that you reflect, you get to also remember about the people that are in your life. I think everybody that does things and they'll do it on their own, eventually they burn out. Eventually it's tough. You gotta have people in your life.
Have to.
I think that's like the key.
You gotta have the people you can call, or like the people that are just so happen. I mean, most of the time they're there by accident. When they're there, the right people are always there. I mean, it's probably not by accident, it's by faith and by God, right?
Yeah.
It's but like those people are there at that right time. And then, to go on that world, like sometimes the world sucks and you can't let the negativity of the world bring down the positivity of your world.
Yes.
Oh, bro, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You cannot allow how bad and negative the world can be and what other people are going to bring down and overshadow the positivity you have in your world.
Yeah.
And try not to burden yourself with that world. It's okay to have empathy, and it's okay to feel. And it's
just don't let it overtake you.
Just don't let it overtake you. And me personally, I always feel empathetic for friends of mine who, with politics and all kinds of things and life drama and worlds and wars and everything that happens in the world. And I see some people just kind of like just get overcome by it, and
getting wrapped in it,
and it brings them down, it lowers their energy, and they have to call off work, and it affects them so much personally. And I'm just like, I just want you need to understand, to be happy. You have a great you have a great world. You're not living in that particular moment. You need to enjoy that world. What would you think about that? Like, how would somebody help remind themselves, like, maybe the world's burden isn't my weight?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing that kind of is funny just came in my head, but like, it's people, bro. Like, we are greater than I am. That's just in my head right now. Like, having that mentality of like, let's live life in this like chaos, in this crazy, in this, because if the moment you're in that crazy and you're having fun, bro, it's probably the best fun ever. You know what I mean? I'm sure we have stories that we traveled outside of the U.S., you know what I mean? Different places.
Yeah.
Chaotic, but somehow you're with your homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like the
best.
like,
your peoples.
It's an adventure. You know what I mean? It's like when you live a life that's like, I have this mentality of like right now having maximum responsibility.
Yeah.
And being able to be like, okay, if my habits, if the things that I'm doing is mostly, alone and not really doing good habits, that's who I'm going to become.
Yeah.
But if I can be able to pick up habits that I'm like, okay, I have this extra time, let me just do a little bit extra in my reading. Let me do a little bit extra in whatever that is.
Right.
You start becoming that.
Yes.
Like you said, it's that balance. You're going to get bad days. You're going to have bad moments. There's going to be things that just are tough, but at the same time, there's moments where you're like, wow, I'm still alive. I still got a choice to do good for someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's always a good thing when I'm starting getting my feelings, I right away go to like, dang, let me go reach out to my mom. You know, let me go reach out to my brother. Let me go reach out to my family. Because then right there, it's not about me anymore. It's about me reaching out to my family, you know, and kind of having that and be like, yo, I was sad, you know, and I'll tell them straight out.
Yeah.
And that was something, I'm glad that we kind of became more vulnerable. You know, it's funny how that is. But when you're kids and younger, you're like, man, I'll miss you kind of a little bit.
Yeah. I'm good.
I love you. I love you. You always say love, but it's like, I love you. I love you.
Well, you're a new father.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, congratulations. Oh, no, I got this.
Oh, there it is. This guy loves these buttons. I'm gonna deactivate
Let's
these
go.
buttons. He makes my editing so much harder. He makes the editing so much harder.
Yeah. Love that.
With the buttons. You're a new father.
Yeah, bro.
And
Congratulations.
Congratulations. This guy's been a father.
Teach me.
But
Patience.
How was it? What was that like? Did you? What were you? Let me ask you something. Do you think you were ever prepared?
I think once you're in that moment, you could probably answer this better too. I think nobody's really prepared.
We've heard enough from him.
Nobody's really prepared as much,
prepared.
but at the same time, you are.
Yeah.
You know, you learn to be prepared when you're in the moment. And
you have experiences
as
to
you're
be able
experiencing,
to.
and also you got your wife right there. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not just you; it's your wife, you and your wife.
Yeah.
So having that like opportunity, I turned it into a place of just like again, gratitude.
Yeah.
It was actually one of my biggest dreams coming true.
Did time slow down when you first held your son?
Yes.
I knew. I heard that.
Yes.
I heard that's a thing.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's heard as a thing.
Oh
You
my
sit
gosh.
there and it feels like an hour and it's been 3 seconds.
Literally 3 seconds. And that's what somebody reminded me too. I remember they said, when he's coming out, slow down time. And literally, as that was happening, I just remember looking at my wife and we just looked at each other.
Were you there when he was being?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was in
you
there
were
for
watching?
everything. Bro, I was doing the breath work with her.
Were you watching the baby come out?
Everything. I helped.
Oh, you
I
know,
was
there's
in
some
it.
people that they can't watch that.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
like,
Dope.
even like the nurse that was like showing them how to breathe. I'm like, I got this.
Yeah.
Baby, do this.
Yeah.
And you know, I was just like in it. I wanted to be in
Did
it.
she crush your hand?
She's a girl.
Yeah.
For sure.
She just.
Mommy strength.
Exactly. But no, it was actually a smooth,
Delivery.
So it was pretty
good.
dope. But yeah, that moment when I had the baby, this was crazy. Is that I felt my heart grew.
Oh.
Yep.
Bro, it was crazy. Like I loved my family, whatever, and I'm just like the baby comes in, it just felt like it just
You transform.
it was different.
Yep.
Yeah.
In that moment, you transform.
Bro.
You are no longer who you were. You are this new person, which is life changing. It's like I can't even put it in words. You just transform into a better version of who you are, who you're meant to be, and it's like this little you and this experience that you just went through.
Yeah.
It's you're just like, I don't know. It's like life makes sense right then and there.
Exactly.
You're like everything before all that was like cool, great.
Yes.
Right here in this moment, you're like, oh,
This is why I'm living.
yes.
This is why
This
I've
is why
had
I'm
all
here.
the opportunities I've had.
Yes.
This is why I've overcome what I've overcome.
And this is
I'm
why I'm going to get through any other bad day
Exactly.
that I
I
have.
said I'm gonna do whatever I need to do.
Whatever.
My best version of myself, because I'm gonna bring this to my son. Yeah, and literally that's the reason I did the marathon. That's the reason I'm doing like what all the things that I'm doing is because of my son.
Yeah.
Like my kids. I'm gonna say that I'm about to have some kids.
There it is.
Hopefully.
You told your wife,
In Jesus'
right?
name. I hope so. No, we talked about it. We talked about it.
Yeah, you're
Alright.
married with a kid.
Yeah.
Now, when you were getting married, was it almost like your world and her world kind of like being next to each other and just kind of going through the universe together at once? And then you guys made this little baby world in front of you? Is that like how you would
Of
explain
course,
it?
of
Or do you
course.
think would you say marriage is two separate worlds living together in your universe, or would you say it's her jumping to your world or you jumping to her world?
Both.
It's a blend.
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above, because you have to live your worlds.
Yes, you have to have your own world.
Yes,
you
you
cannot
can't live
live
a
for
life-
somebody else.
You can't.
That's one
If
thing
you
that
wanna be
people
truly
make
happy-
People make that mistake, and I've made a mistake. You've made the mistake. I'm sure you have. We've all made it at a
Yes.
young age.
Yes.
You cannot live for nobody else, but you should always be priority.
Yep.
And that goes for both male,
Both
female,
male,
whoever.
you
both
should always
sides.
be priority first.
Yes.
And then you feed the world that you guys share.
For
Yes.
sure. And to a point, because there's also that point where you have priority, but you also have that responsibility of your wife.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always very important that she has a life where she's challenging herself because it's also attractive. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yep.
If I'm challenging myself, she's challenging herself. We're both like, okay, cool. And also, like, before we used to be so afraid of friction. Now we're like, oh, friction's good for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That means I'm letting go of barriers that I wasn't used to, and now we're combining this together, and we're gonna figure it out. Like, we have that mentality already. Like, we're gonna get through this. How are we gonna figure it out? Because I know I'm thinking here, and you're over here.
Right.
So I think like that's something that you have to, like, you know, learn to communicate as best as you can. Because sometimes there's just moments where, you know, my wife is just like, hey, give me time. Get away from me. I don't want to hear no answers or no. I just want you to hear me.
Yeah.
And then she's just going, and I'm just like, all right, bet.
You just sitting
You know,
there.
I'm taking it.
Just taking it.
Yeah. And, you know, it's funny because I remember when we were first, like, we had the baby, the hormones, all this crazy
And
stuff.
I know for you, that had to be probably the biggest learning curve in your relationship because you are a problem solver. If somebody, you have the same thing and you don't want to acknowledge it in me, you don't want to acknowledge it in me, and you if somebody brings a problem to you, you want to help them solve it.
So bad. Even
So
if they don't
bad.
want me to help them.
And it's so bad. So I know your
She's like, I don't
wife
want your
telling
help.
your wife telling you to just, hey, let me just speak.
Yes.
And you just listen and do not help.
Yep.
I know you have to be,
Of course, no, I had to learn to actually articulate to understand it because it got to a point where I was just like, okay, in these moments when we're fighting and we're going through this, how do you want me to love you?
okay.
Do you want me to go away? Do you need time?
Yeah.
Do you want me to, like, hold you? Like, what are things that you feel like you need? And I remember she was just like, I don't know. I think maybe stay here. You know, give me some time, but stay here. I'm like, okay, that's two different answers, but okay, we're gonna figure it out.
Give me space, but stay here.
But stay here.
Opening the
alright.
front door, stepping out, but looking at
Hey,
And she wants you to sit in front of the window, but outside.
I'm still
here
So
with
she
you.
can see you,
See
but she
you.
doesn't want you here.
Exactly.
Still here.
No sweater.
Exactly. But no, it's just like being able to, like, understand. And I think the biggest thing is being able to drop your ego. That is the biggest thing. Like, and then once I knew, it's just like, we're gonna have this.
It's
not
okay
for
to be
me.
wrong.
It's okay to be wrong, and also it's okay to make them right.
Yeah.
There's times where I'm like, yeah, she's going. This is you.
Is she right sometimes, even when she's wrong?
I mean, you know,
Yes.
in the moment, yes. I,
can tell you.
learned to say yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I can tell you this is a time step he's gonna skip if she wants it. No. You just fast
We're talking
forward
about
now. Go to the Pokemon cards.
Sports and box and Pokemon. She hates anime, so we're just talking about anime.
Yeah.
I know what's up. Yeah, cool.
We were just talking about that. You're gonna get your kid watching anime. And
Oh,
some good
yes.
stuff. I just told you gotta start watching Solo Leveling.
What is Solo leveling?
Solo Leveling. Oh man.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, the whole time while I was running the marathon, I started writing my own manga. In my
What?
head. I had a
Nice.
whole story in my head.
Nice.
That's how I got through the first 9 miles. But so Solo Leveling is actually the #1 show right now, #1 anime in the world right now.
Okay.
One time was the #1 manga, but it isn't a manga because it's from kids from South Korea. Well, I don't know if they're from South Korea. Actually, it probably is because it's Korean based. But
Manga, for the people that don't know,
it's
is
a
a
Japanese
comic book.
No, it's
It's basically anime comic book.
It's Japan. Yes, it's the. So no, any anime has to become a manga first for it to be considered an anime by Japanese tradition, and you have to be a manga and like a manga artist. Being a manga artist, you learn that in school. It's an actual traditional
Right.
artwork. It's like it's almost like being a doctor
But
too.
what is a manga? Is
Manga
it a
is
book?
basically a comic book.
Okay.
But that's what they call it in Japan.
Right.
But people that have mangas have the people that draw mangas and write them have degrees. They have writers' degrees.
No,
And,
it's for sure
it's
art
It's a
form.
real art
Yeah,
form.
yeah.
It's a real profession.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But it has to become a manga first. Then once it becomes a out-selling manga, then they adapt it into an anime, and then it becomes a character like Goku, who was the person that welcomed the Olympics when they went to Japan.
Why haven't we had a live action Goku and we've got live action One Piece and all this other
Bro,
stuff?
I've been
like,
waiting for a live action.
like
Goku.
Dragon Ball. Like,
Well, they
why
did try one, I think.
We're not talking about that.
Here's the problem is they tried doing that, but nobody ever Dragon Ball wasn't in the United States heavy as it is in the world. So like nobody even knows that story.
I'm not even an anime guy like that, following. I know like the big one, Dragon Ball Z was the biggest.
Dragon Ball Z isn't the start.
I get that.
So
but
if you go to somebody, recipes Toriyama. If you go to somebody like Toriyama, and he's like, hey, we're gonna make a movie out of your franchise. He's gonna start from the beginning.
That's fine.
And nobody knows the story. Like in the beginning, Goku wasn't a Saiyan. He wasn't him being a monkey was a monster. Yeah. It was a legendary monster, and it was a whole different thing. But yeah, they're gonna make that. They're working. They're working on that. It's probably tougher now that the guys.
I'm sure when they do it, it's gonna be
gonna be right. It's gonna be done right.
Because you said you saw One Piece.
I think Netflix,
I saw Avatar.
Netflix is finally doing it right. They were butchering it for years. They butchered my favorite anime of all time. They did Full Metal Alchemist. They did a live adaptation. It was the worst adaptation. Yikes. You know what they were doing? They were booking like Asian actors, and a lot of these animes the characters aren't even Asian. They're still American looking stuff, so they're booking the Asian actors. They're not booking people out of talent and all this other stuff. And then I guess Netflix finally got like actual people who are not only appreciate anime, but they actually got people who are actually professionals in the industry. And they booked accordingly, right? Like Luffy is Brazilian. They booked a Brazilian actor. They didn't book an Asian kid to book it because they wanted the Asian demographic to watch it because it's an Asian show.
For sure.
They booked exactly how the show is created.
Nice.
And that's why I think they're doing so good. Oh, he's gonna be very
charismatic.
He's gonna be playing Luffy for the next 15 to 20 years of his life. As long as this anime goes. He's gonna be playing that character for the rest of his life. This is his whole acting career. But
whoever is casting these in the Netflix department is doing
whoever took over the anime department deserves every raise in the world.
Netflix
and the anime department. Yeah, I told him to watch Solo Leveling. These kids from college wrote that during COVID, and then
you was talking about that.
Nice.
Yeah, some kids from college wrote this during COVID, and then paid some people to draw it, and then boom, they became.
What's it about?
It's like Hunter. It's just about some guy that's leveling up. Okay. And he's like fighting demons in the world and saving the world, and he's like overpowered. He's like the best. It's a really good show. It's cool.
I love animes, and I think that's something that is important. Reason I love animes, it's always like them powering up.
Yeah.
Them becoming,
and there's also an inspiration.
Yes. It's an inspiration.
And it's always inspiration.
It's super cheesy. Like my wife thinks it's so cheesy.
But the scripts are so really if you actually listen to it the way you would watch a regular TV show and look at the scripts are well written.
Yeah,
it's a great script.
Yes,
it has to be. It's just in America in America so many people are just like tailored to think that if it's cartoon, it's a kid's show and it's not going to be a real script. Like these people that write these things are books before they become a TV show. You don't think this isn't going to be a good it's not like how we write Spider-Man or nothing like that. This is a real book. And a lot of these like Game of Thrones, remember I told you like I wasn't a fan of Game of Thrones because it just felt like a fake anime to me. It's just like they're adapting from this.
It's different here in Western civilization in America. We see animation as cartoons for kids, childish.
Yeah,
and so it's hard to if you don't grow up with
that's their main TV.
Exactly.
I mean, I used to think that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I used to tell you all the time, didn't I? I used to tell you, give it a try, give it a try.
Oh, you know what got me watching anime was me working with students.
Yeah.
Younger kids
because it's getting so popular now.
So popular. But I remember I had this one student was just like a troublemaker. He was always by himself, never answered to nobody. And I remember like somebody was like, hey man, he needs help. So I remember I started working with him and then I was like, let me work with him, get him some, see what sports he likes. He wasn't athletic or nothing. Started liking soccer. But he loved Demon Slayer.
Damn.
Nice.
So I was like, okay. And then he loved my Hero Academia.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I gotta watch these. Bro, that next time I seen him, I was like, oh man, I just started talking about these, this show. And he's like, what show are you in? Right away we connected. And it was just something that I knew that I had like a just like ammo to kind of connect with these students that I had. And then also it brought me back to like a kid, which is dope.
Yeah.
Like that imagination and getting through things. And, you know, like, I remember in those moments too, I was like, dang, I need this.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm like, I'm too grown and I'm like, I need to get back to thinking like a kid.
You know, a lot of these adult shows, just they lack motivation. They like the inspiration. They like what keeps you upbeat. You know, what keeps you in a positive level. Yeah, and I don't think there's no age. I don't believe we've talked about this before in here, but I think there's an age where you're supposed to do certain things. There's no age like that. There's no point in time. You're as old as you feel, and you're as angry as you feel, and you're as unhappy as you feel, and there's no point in time you should keep anything away from you. No type of point in time in your life where an age is going to define what you should watch, should do, and how you should do things.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And how you keep yourself happy. So.
Yeah, bro, literally, I be in there, like, oh, snap. I'm so excited. And, I love anime. I'm not going to lie, I do.
Yeah, there you go. See? I got you.
You got me. Thank
you. So moving on from anime, we have 2 segments that we go on this podcast.
No sports?
Yes.
Hey.
Smittys Corner, where he talks about something that he wants to talk about. And then we have, shout out my boys from Clover Cards. They stay hooking me up.
Yo, shout out.
Shout out Clover Cards.
Shout out, thank you. Clover Cards?
Yes, Clover Cards. These are my boys. We linked their YouTube on here and their stuff. These are Japanese.
Oh, snap.
Pokemon cards.
I've never seen something like this.
Are those manga cards?
No, not the manga cards.
Hey. Okay.
Last week we opened up One Piece cards and we were looking for the manga rare. We found 2 of them.
We did.
We got 2 of them. This time we want what is called the Bubble Mew. That's the most expensive card from this pack.
This.
You got this. Actually, if you guys know what this is.
How much is it worth?
I think it's at $2,000 right now.
Ooh.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So
we'll be able to afford
just don't
another
bend
episode.
my cards because he likes to bend my cards.
I don't bend your cards. Your cards bend themselves.
Just open it and then put them nicely on the table. We'll sleeve them later because I put the sleeves away.
Can we get like a picture of what we're looking at? Or what we're looking for, I should say?
No, I mean, it looks, you know who Mew is? Like the like little pink guy and he's in a bubble.
Okay.
It's a blue card. But yeah, this is I don't know what this pack is called. And it's Terrestrial X.
I was going to say hold the box so you can...
Yeah, I'll hold the pack. They can tell. Yeah. You guys can comment and tell us what packs these are. I don't remember what they're called. He was telling me. But we'll split them up. And we'll bust them open while we talk about Smittys Corner.
Let's do it.
Well, let's see how many there are, and we can
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Somebody
7,
gets 4.
8, 9, 10.
I'll do 4. I'll do 4.
All right.
I'm a 4 guy.
I'll let you guys pick.
Oh no! You do 4. You're the guest.
I'll do 2.
No, you do 4.
4. Just kidding.
Do 4.
Do 4.
Do 4.
Do 4. Whoa.
Is that 4 or is that 3?
He might have picked 4 exactly, actually. Yeah. No,
wow.
You picked 1 too many. Give one
No,
back.
I
No,
did 4.
you did 4. Yeah, look at that. All right, you want top or bottom?
I'm not going to answer that on the pod. But,
all right, so let's go Smittys Corner and things that I buy. So this is what I bought. Well, I didn't buy this. They actually donated it.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Clover
Cards. Thank you.
Clover Cards.
Is there a proper way of opening this?
Okay, yeah. So you don't bend the cards the way Daniel does. So what you do is I kind of go from the back.
Okay.
There's a little slit that you can just kind of bust it open from there. Yeah, like how he did, and then just kind of like that. And then if you want to excite yourself, actually I don't know what the number is from here. Okay, so if you want to excite yourself, you use 1, 2,
Said it twice.
3. 1, 2, 3 from the back and put it to the front.
This is getting real spicy.
Yep,
Here,
and then you can just go and you can just pull.
Oh, this looks cool.
Yeah, so there it is. Look at that.
What is that?
You got it?
That's an EX card. No, but it's a good card. It's a hollow.
It looks kind of cool and pretty-ish.
There you go.
Hey.
So we want something like this.
Nice.
You know, we want some good art cards.
That does look fire.
We want
Okay,
art
golden?
rare. The ones that are fully. So I didn't get
Okay.
nothing else in this one, so we can put that down right there.
Are we,
These are a little bit like that.
We'll sleeve them later. There. That's just a hollow.
Hollow, okay.
don't play them like that.
Unless he has
That's
a master,
fire. It's just a hollow.
master ball.
I mean, you know.
130 points. I mean, does the points, is that
No.
mean anything? Oh,
we want
okay.
the arts.
Okay.
The full arts. Okay, so Smittys Corner. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Soccer?
Smittys Corner. Huh?
Are we talking about the soccer game this Sunday, or what was part of Smittys Corner?
Actually, we can. Who's actually playing?
So
what countries?
So it's the Copa America, I believe. Well, let me actually make sure. Soccer, SoFi.
And will Shakira be performing?
No, it's not the FIFA.
All right, just making sure.
But it is the CONCACAF National League
Okay.
semifinal. So it's USA versus Panama, Canada versus Mexico.
Hey.
And then
They're
on
not like
that's
us.
Thursday.
What times
and then
are the games?
4 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Thursday. And on Sunday, it's 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. is the finals and the semifinals,
Nice.
which could be either USA versus Mexico and Panama versus Canada, whoever makes it to the finals.
USA
go.
versus Mexico is gonna be crazy.
It'd be
if
crazy if
that
they're in
Crazy.
the finals. It'd be crazy. So we're going Sunday, actually, with Underdog. Have you
Okay.
ever used
Shout
Underdog
out
before?
Underdog.
Nah,
They're
not
taking
yet.
us, and we're gonna be betting, and we'll be talking about this next week on the episode. And it's like one of those pick thingies where you like bet on the people, on like
The players,
how many
props and all that.
player
Wait, this looks
props.
kind of cool. No?
That's
does look kinda
NT,
cool.
yeah. That's a good Pokemon right there.
Blue
Yeah.
ball? Okay, cool.
Oh, Jigglypuff.
Oh, that's a good one too. Jigglypuff is a favorite. That's a
Hey,
fan
Lizzie.
favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Don't be bending my Jigglypuff.
That just sounds all bad.
Hey.
It's cute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
All right. Getting some fire.
Oh, what else? There, Alakazam. There you go.
I remember him.
That looks cute. Whatever
does
that
look cute.
is. It's nice.
How many Pokemon do you think there are?
Now there's probably they've done
Oh, look, it's
3
Mew.
or 4 generations. Oh, that's it!
You got it?
What?
That's it!
Stop lying.
Oh, that's the Bubble Mew!
Is this really the
Yes!
Hey, we're
Oh
rich.
my
We're
God!
rich. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
I think we just made history.
We're going to Disney World.
We're going to Disney World! Whoa!
this really it?
Well, Disneyland, because this is
Disneyland.
Disneyland. I mean, with this, we might go to Disney World. You know, we can make it.
Hey.
Bubble Mew!
There we go.
I don't know.
Hey, see how much it is. Let's see how much it's
See
worth
how
right
much
now.
Bubble Mew is going for.
That's crazy.
That's PSA 10. We gotta sleeve this ASAP. Oh
Dang.
my God! I can't.
Hey, all right. Y'all saw who pulled it. I'm
Hey.
entitled to it.
What? Oh
I mean,
my
yeah,
God.
that's cool.
That was crazy.
Yo, that
Yo,
was.
my boy that Clever Cards are gonna see things. He's like, "Oh, what? You actually got Bubble Mew for that box?" He gave it to me. It was like, "But if you pull Bubble Mew, that'd be probably cool, but it's super hard to pull."
It's very rare.
You didn't tell him who was pulling it.
Who was pulling it?
That's what I'm saying. Manifested that.
Exactly.
I didn't even know that was.
But
But yeah, you know, we're doing history out here
Let's
on
go.
Mic'd Up. You know,
$500 PSA 10.
let's get it. Let's
go.
get
Yeah,
it.
Bubble Mew.
We'll be back next week thanks to the pool.
That's the chase.
Exactly. Let's go.
We're gonna put that
Part two's
down.
coming.
Where's the sleeves at?
I put them away, so we're just gonna leave that there like that. What sleeve?
What's the other ones that we have to be looking for?
I don't know. Anything like that. You see how that is like a fully artistic card?
Let me see that again.
No, I don't want to lift it no more. But you see how
No more dust.
I don't want no more
Don't
dust.
touch
I
no
wanna
more.
leave it. Yeah, but you know how like you see how these things like the whole card is an art piece.
Oh, okay, not like this.
No, that's not like. I mean, it's not. I mean, it might still be something cool,
Maybe-
but we
okay.
know for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa.
Whoa,
What is that?
There it is. Which one is that one? Make sure you don't bend it. Oh, and I got one over here too, and I got
There you
an
go.
EX.
Let's go.
But
There you go.
all the cards are in Japanese, so we don't know who they are. But yeah, look at that. And I got this guy. Damn, this looks like a. What's that? What's the fishy? Goldie? No, magic card. This is like a magic card on steroids, isn't it?
Hey,
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I love the art on that.
Wow, that was crazy. I can't believe you pulled that.
Hey man, I
Is
do
that
what I
on
can.
your last pack too?
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hold on.
That looks fire though. You should actually
this
check
looks
that.
cool.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, take that.
We don't
Talking
know what
about
that
bending.
is. Yeah, look at you bending the cards. Come on, man.
Look at me, I'm dropping. Damn, this one looks super. This art on this one's. Whoa, you got a Charmeleon. You knew. You
Wow.
know who that is? That's a Charmeleon.
Wow, nah, I know
Hey, good
Charmeleon.
card.
Is it? Hey, let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Wait, how much that go for?
I don't know. We'll check though.
Yeah, we pulling some fire
Yeah,
out
this
here.
guy got a Charmeleon on a.
There you
Charmeleon.
go.
They call
shout
this like
out.
something else. They call this like a.
Thank you
like
for
a
showing
special
up.
hollow. Like it's a. Huh?
I said thank you for showing up.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy.
Let's
see
go.
what
That's good energy out here. That's what it is. All you got to
Logan's actually a big Pokemon.
Big.
Yeah,
There you
He's
go.
big. He's big on the collect. He has a $10 million card that he wears around his neck.
And that, yep, he has
Yep.
it like plated and everything. It's
What is
crazy.
it? A
It's
Charizard?
it's an illustration Pikachu. I think you won it if you won the championship.
Nice.
Pokemon card. Yeah, he bought it for I think he bought it for $5 million. It's worth $10 million now.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. He's double up. Oh, look at that one. That's a $100 card that you
There you
pulled
go.
out there.
Look at this guy.
Hey.
Look at this
There
guy.
it
He's
is.
officially a
Look at you.
producer.
3 episodes. Let's go.
We like that. We like that.
Next one, we're gonna be like, you get a card.
Right, you get a card. You get
You
not
get a
that one.
card.
That's expensive. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Not that card. Though.
Yeah, not that card. We need
These are
another
used
episode.
cards.
Just the pretty ones that ain't worth a lot. There it is. But yeah, man, we're pulling out some heat. Yeah, so Smittys Cornner Sports.
Did you get anything else in that one?
No, I mean full art, like you said.
Okay. No, it's okay.
I mean, there's other ones.
I mean,
we got
great.
what we really wanted, so.
You can actually go over it later just to make sure. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Everybody
You're
remembers
pulling some
Raichu.
heat. Is that the evolved Pikachu?
Yeah, that's a cute Raichu. And I got this guy here again.
That looks interesting.
Yeah.
And
cool.
a backpack?
Let's go.
It's a backpack. Japanese. But we got,
Yeah, we want it.
What we
Moving on up.
There it is.
Bubble Mew. Wow.
Bubble Mew.
That was pretty exciting.
I can tell you're really happy.
I was so excited about that.
Bro, it was
Because
crazy.
you know what it was? It was like we were just pulling and we were just opening our packs.
Did
and
not
he's,
expect
And
that.
he's like, what is this one? This doesn't look like Mew. And then I forgot the Bubble Mew is blue, not pink. So you were like, what is this? I looked over, I was like, whoa! You did
I
not
literally, in my mind, I was like, oh, this guy looks like Mew, but he's blue and in a bubble. And I was like, well, I'll just show him.
Yeah.
And you're like, Bubble Mew. I was like, that's exactly what I was
That's
thinking,
crazy.
Bubble Mew.
All right, so Smitty's Corner, so we can wrap up.
So, you know, not too much is happening in the sports other than, you know, are the Lakers winning a championship?
Ooh.
Yes.
I
This
think
year.
they have a good chance.
Yes.
Luca
LeBron will be healthy just in time for playoffs.
with his son. Oh my God.
Ooh, didn't you call this? Didn't you say it was scripted? Didn't you say?
I didn't say it was scripted.
But you said
Bro, all you
he was
need,
going
all
to.
you need is the Ball brothers to play with the. That'd be crazy.
No, they wouldn't let that happen.
That would be crazy,
Hey, the Ball brothers winning the championship together in like 5 years on the same team.
bro.
In that corner, whoa, you never know.
That guy's done. He's never playing on a team ever again.
Hey, listen, he could be on the bench. You never know.
Also, yes, he
He could
could
be on the bench.
Then
I guess
again-
from all the brothers, supposedly he's like the best scorer from all of them.
Jello, the rapper?
Yeah.
So he is the best
thought
scorer, but the
Right?
reason why
The
he's
little
the
one
best
was.
scorer, no. The little one is the best basketball player out of them all.
overall.
Jello was the best and highest scorer and the most efficient,
Mm-hmm.
but because in high school and college, he did what you're supposed to do as a basketball player in college, which
Mm-hmm.
I was told when I got to college was do your job. If you're a shooter, get to your point, catch the ball, and shoot. Don't
Yes.
do nothing else.
Oh, yeah, facts.
Don't try to dunk.
College.
Don't try to cross people over. Do your job. You're getting paid. So, you know, you have his brother that could pass. The other one that was like the
All around.
all around that everybody was focused on. This guy's open. He shoots. But, you know, when you're, you know, in a professional level where the job calls for other jobs.
Yep. You gotta do other things.
Yeah, you got to do other things. And if you can't produce, then, you know,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
yeah, that makes it tougher. But, yeah, that's
I mean, I think
So-
nowadays you never know. You never
So
know.
do
You
we think the Lakers
never
are winning
know.
the championship?
So yeah, Lakers. You can like, comment, let us know what y'all think as well. I personally think it's all kind of setting up for it, but I don't think they're gonna let. I don't think the Lakers are gonna win it this year.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, that's true.
I don't think
It'll
it's
be
this
tough.
year. I think for
they'll make it
sure
at least.
next year with the whole chemistry. Depending on now, they're gonna get people that want to come play with
Oh,
Luka
for
and
sure,
LeBron.
for sure.
Like
And they'll be
that's-
in better shape.
Well, I
It's
don't
way
think
better
they,
shape.
do they even need people to want to come play with Luke and LeBron? Like, what else do they need? Are they missing?
But
What are
that-
they missing?
that's
Somebody
the
told me
point.
they're missing a big man.
Yeah, big man. They need like a legit
my
center.
uncle Corey Holcomb, he thinks.
Shout out Corey.
They think they're missing a big man.
Yeah, they are.
Are
That's
they
because
really missing a big man?
I mean,
Yes.
when you're going down the stretch and you're going into the playoffs, you're playing all those minutes.
you run up against Jokic,
Yeah,
who's a big
Oh,
man
bro.
that can shoot threes
Over anyone.
and pat.
Yeah.
Like you need that presence because he's getting 15 to 20 rebounds a game easily. He's averaging triple doubles.
True.
In the
He's doing work
playoffs,
like that?
you need somebody that's going to at least put a body on him, maybe get him
make
in
things
foul
a little bit
trouble.
harder.
Yeah, just hit him a little bit, whatever the case is.
Hit him a little bit.
Yeah, you have to. You got to get physical with him. You can't just let him just do. He's going to think twice where he's like, I can shoot
And
this.
LeBron can't do that, or Luca can't do that.
LeBron's
these guys
almost
are
40.
big.
Hey, you think you should lock him up?
Jokic.
Jokic.
You know my
Hey!
listen. Jokic don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. But just
Exactly.
letting you know.
Wow.
I'm letting you know. They gave you how many fouls?
Yeah.
6?
No, 7.
Yeah, I'm getting 7.5. You feel me? I'm getting 7.5, and I'm complaining every
Every
call
time.
because he's bigger than what am I talking
he's
about?
bigger.
No, but Jokic is such a smart basketball
such a
player.
smart player. And so
I
chill.
wouldn't even be a problem for him.
Yeah, he's
I would literally just be trying to hit him at that point. He's so smart. The ball's never coming down to
Yeah.
where I'm at. He's not even like he's literally one of the smartest basketball people I've ever seen.
Bro, yeah, I actually I love how he like slow players are able to be some of the most dominant.
Yeah.
That's like Luca. Luca is
Exactly.
so controlled. You
And
know what I
mean,
didn't know though?
Bro, I love it because I'm slow.
Yeah,
you know?
you are.
But
you're not slow.
You're not
You're
slow.
not
I'm slow and then fast real
You're not,
quick.
you're
and then
not slow.
again.
You know what you are? You are just like Luca. You are a momentum.
deceiving.
You're a momentum controlling player.
Yes.
Okay, I like that word. It's a better
momentum.
word.
Yeah, well, because the thing is like if somebody's guarding you, they can be fast and everything like that.
Yeah.
But you will slow them down
And then go fast.
and then get them once they slow down, and then get them off that step and stuff like that. So you're very controlling.
You
with
know who
that.
actually helped me with that?
Who?
Shout out Bone.
Shout out Bone Collector,
Bone
man.
Collector.
Bone collector.
Bone
Yes,
collector.
he is like
He's
that
a
too.
twitchy dude.
He's
Very
twitchy.
twitchy.
Very
He's the one that
fast.
taught me
He
that.
just called me the other day too. I called him back. He didn't answer.
Homie, he taught me about like the, I don't know if I should I tell
Yeah.
people that? Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like a gas pedal.
Yeah.
He's like, he always told me, he's like, hit that gas pedal slowly, go hard.
Yeah.
Slowly. And a lot of that came with like being able to like really handle the ball hard.
Yeah.
That was, I remember the drills we used to do was just like,
Yeah, he pounds.
pounds.
Yeah, he does. He'll pound the ball
Yep.
when he's going kind of slow to
Yep.
trick you, and then he softens his dribble when he speeds up.
Boom. Yep.
And it really messes.
And it messed people up. And like, it's so dope how
He's
we
also
like,
a bully.
yeah, of course.
I crossed him up one time, and he grabbed my whole entire wrist and threw me down.
As a friend of Bone Collector, I have never seen that, or I deny that.
I
don't
mean,
believe
I
that.
technically didn't cross him because I didn't go nowhere. with him.
Exactly. He's like, nah.
Yeah,
But he did, you know who
he
did?
found
He
me.
did drop, what's his name? Mayweather. Did you see that?
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah, well
In the
Mayweather should have
celebrity
known
league, he
better.
sent them flying.
I mean, Mayweather's a boxer. They're known for moving their feet. Like Mayweather was going down.
I was like, don't play that defense. No.
I mean, you know.
His
It's
feet,
crazy.
boxers' feet move like it is what it is, and I don't,
It was crazy. to
rest
see
in
it.
peace, Mayweather's ankles.
Exactly.
This is
Yeah.
mad. I don't know why he did that.
You got him good.
He got him good.
But yeah, he was definitely that person to kind of top. But you know what I wanted to talk about is I love Shy. Shy from Oklahoma.
Oh, Shy Gill. Oh,
Gil-
Who is this
Bro.
kid? This kid is the talk.
you gotta watch some basketball. He's
Bro,
about to be
he
the MVP.
Is,
You think so?
Bro,
Yes.
he needs
What
to
does he
be.
He's
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 point guard.
OKC.
No,
He's a
point guard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep, point
He's going
guard,
like he's
shoot
going like
guard.
40 a game, isn't he? Like,
Averaging.
averaging 40 a game.
And it's
Where did
and
he
it's
play in
beautiful.
college?
He's Canadian, so
Yeah.
I think. Did he play college here? Or did he come from over there to the league?
not
Probably was
sure.
already playing pro then if he's from Canada.
No, he did. He did play pro in Canada
Yeah.
before, but I think he played in the college here. I think they usually do
I
the 1
imagine.
year.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, that's something
You
we
guys can comment and let us know.
Yeah.
But he's actually fun to watch. He's so he's so dynamic. He's so shifty.
Yeah.
He's actually a point guard that he's not afraid to go after like big men. Like there's a lot of stuff.
He's
that
kind
does.
of big. He's always like 6'6".
Yeah.
He's like a big
and he'll hit
dude.
him with a little body.
Mm-hmm.
Shimmy this way, shimmy that way. It's like, let me just go up here. Boom, easy layup. It's nice to see like
He's
him like dominate.
Yeah,
so
he's like effortlessly. He has the whole game,
Yeah.
outside, inside. Like he's very shifty and deceptive. With like, and every time the ball leaves his hand, it looks like it's going in.
It's a
every
high
time.
percentage shot.
Really?
Every time, no matter
Over,
where it's at.
over Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards is
Who are
exciting.
you choosing?
For what reason? To like
Who do you think is gonna have a more successful career?
probably
Dressed up nicer. More championships, more MVPs.
More championships.
probably
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards, only because his athleticism is leaps and bounds above most people in the league.
But he also leads.
So if he's able to like transition that as he gets older, like kind of like Jordan did,
Yeah.
his game can be just
So who
untouchable.
do you measure this? Who do you compare this Shy Guy to? To like
I
Allen
would say-
Iverson? I mean, Allen Iverson. That was Allen Iverson. He showed up 40, 50. Never won a championship,
But
he was
Allen
putting up
Iverson
numbers.
was like just getting buckets. He's just a
Yeah.
bucket getter.
He's one of the
Shy
best.
makes everybody better. Like he
Yeah.
makes his team. He's still getting like 9-10 assists a game.
Yeah.
He's getting like 10
so was
rebounds. No, Allen Iverson was like 40 and 5. 40 and 5.
I thought he was getting assists.
5 assists.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was-
getting about 4 or 5 assists, but he was dropping 40.
Who would you
but
compare him to, Don?
Who? What do you mean? Shy?
Shy?
Yeah.
He's someone like a Luca. He's actually like
Just a
very
more.
mixed-
I feel like he's a
very
little
controlled.
more. Yeah.
He's also very good at like. I love how he goes up with 2 feet, so you never know
Every
where,
time?
Yeah, so you never know where he's
That's
gonna go.
really tough.
It's
Yeah.
hard. He
That's
can go
hard.
his left. He can go his right. He turn around. Like
That's
he has
control.
options every time he
He's a
goes
very
to his
controlled-
spots. And it's funny because he actually goes to his spots where he like likes that little turnaround.
Yep, wherever he wants to go, wherever he feels comfortable,
That's where
he
he's gonna
gets
shoot.
there.
Yep, and he'll go over a big guy. He'll
Doesn't
get
matter.
through. Yep,
Is he a
doesn't matter.
rookie? He's not a rookie.
No, this is what his 5th year or something like that.
Yeah,
Has he been? He hasn't been doing this for 4 years though.
I would say the last 3 years.
Last 3 years.
Last
he's
3
years ago?
developing.
When
Yeah.
people started seeing a lot
He's
more,
developing.
but players knew about him.
Yeah,
what I
knew already?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 3
Well,
years
they
ago
knew.
is when
probably
he
got, He probably
started.
got that right coach.
yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a shoe deal yet, right?
He doesn't have what? Shoot? No, I don't think so. He might be with Nike.
Equivalence?
No,
There you go.
no. It's like a Nike. That's like a Nike thing.
Yeah, no, he's nice. He's exciting to watch.
I'll
And
take
it's-
a signed autograph for when we do auctions.
Yeah.
I'll take a signed jersey for when we do auto.
He's winning
auctions.
MVP.
Yeah, he deserves it. And I
Yeah.
actually like his character. He looks like a good dude.
Who
Yeah.
do you think is the next face of the NBA? The moment LeBron lets it go.
More importantly, do you have a take? You can answer that, and also a 2-parter. Do you have a take on LeBron saying there's a reason people don't want to have the face of the NBA because it comes with so much scrutiny now?
Yeah, that it does.
Yeah.
to
That's
where
anything.
people just don't like. You know,
nobody wants that no more.
right.
I'll tell you,
it's a
social
big
media.
responsibility.
Social
Well,
media.
I would tell you, the world of the internet and social media
Has bullied.
not bullied. No,
Big
no,
target.
and I would say no.
Yes.
If anything, I'd say it's taken away the drive to want to be the center of attention because now you can have, like before social media and before the internet boom, you needed to be the center of attention. If you
sure.
weren't the center of attention, you didn't get brand deals.
Right.
You didn't get that check.
Right.
And not everybody, like me and Ronnie 2K, we talked about this on my
Shout out Ronnie 2K.
on season finale. Like they're like not you didn't know everybody's backstory. You know, you didn't know everybody. Not everybody had a story. Not everybody had a brand.
Yeah.
It was Jordan,
That's all you
Pippen.
knew.
It was whoever was the center of attention. Whoever was winning at the time.
Now you got mics, now you got cameras, now you got everybody.
Now with
Twitter.
social media, now with social media, you have the bench players running vlogs. You have people with brand deals. So now you can make extra income and make all this extra money without having the picture perfect career you need to have to be the face of the NBA.
For sure.
You can have all you need to do is just get on social media, get a little bit of following, and get your little brand checks, and then call it a day. And now you're making double your paycheck
For sure.
without having to be like, you know,
All the extra stuff that comes.
I mean, you're talking about the face of the NBA. Like, you can go out to dinner with your sister and that you've never been public about, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's cheating on his wife."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Everything is scrutinized.
Everything's scrutinized. So I will say, LeBron said that like that's the biggest issue. That's the truth. Like, you know, like now with this world, like in this new social media world, like that's no longer a thing to make more money. Before it used to be, I want to make, you know, that's how you make more money.
Yeah.
And that's how you create a legacy. Now it's just like I can make. I mean, T-Pain says it the best too. Like he makes $60,000 an hour
Off of like Twitch or
off
something, right?
Twitch.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Off Twitch.
Yeah, I think it's a big responsibility. I feel like there's certain people, and I still believe there's like that one person that's gonna come.
Oh
and he's
yeah.
gonna
I mean, there's
just
so
be
many
that-
who's like.
There's just gonna be that dog. That's
I want to be a
this.
legend.
And also because of his story, like he's that person that went through it all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like it takes. I feel like that person that went through it that be like, I'm gonna take it. You know
Well, it
what I
goes
mean?
down to like it goes down to like
through it all,
Yep.
no matter whatever
and
it comes
you
with.
feel that.
And it goes down. It goes down to like, you know, that type of like that marathon mentality, that setup, like we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
It goes down to like it's that type of person that's just like, cool. I might be playing in the greatest basketball league in the world, and I might be making millions, and I might already have brand deals and a lot of followers. But you know what? I need to be that guy.
Yeah.
I need to be the leader. I need to be the face, and I need to be the person that sets an example.
For sure.
You know,
And-
and there's
he's
always that
able-
person.
For sure. I mean, I think like some of the guys we talked about, like I think they have those like factors, and it's just gonna come down to those, you know, those finals, those rings.
Yeah.
Once they start getting those rings and they start proving themselves again and again, we'll be like, oh snap,
Yeah.
there's somebody that's gonna pass LeBron.
I think right now Anthony Edwards would be our best hope, just because he has that dog mentality.
He got
Even
that,
last
he got
year
that fan
in the
base. I'll tell you
playoffs.
that much.
Yeah, because then
He's getting-
I met some people who don't watch basketball and now watch because of him.
because of last year is when it was like his arrival, because
Yeah.
they beat the defending champs, the Denver Nuggets. They took them out in 7 games.
Yep.
And the entire time in every series, every playoffs, he would come to the press conference and he wasn't. It was almost like he wasn't like, you know, coached, press ready. He was just speaking. He was like, yeah, I don't give a damn, I'm going to be here. And you know what? When they were down 3-2, because they lost lost in Minnesota, and they're like, oh, well, you know, you're going. He's like, don't worry, we're going to be back here. I told you for Game 7. We're going to be back here. They won in Minnesota, and they came. And he's like, I told you I was going to be back here for Game 7. And they beat them in Game 7 in Denver. And he was like, what'd I tell y'all? I don't care about. And he just. And when you're winning,
he came with the winning mentality. Spoke it into existence.
Yes.
You have to speak everything into existence. He came, he showed up, and he said, "I'm doing this, and you guys are gonna witness."
And even when they lost in the Western Conference Finals, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they lost in the Western Conference, he still was like, "Well, I'll be back here next year. I ain't worried about none of y'all. Y'all go see me next year. I'm gonna be in the gym. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be back." And it's like a refreshing like. And I don't think he's doing it to be the face. That's just him.
That's just him.
You know, LeBron
did
that. LeBron did that, but he did it in a classy way, right? Because he didn't do it in your face where he was doing all the talking. Mm-hmm. I mean, his entire career was, what was his tagline? Witness greatness. Yeah. So he told you every year, every single time I touch the court, and as my career goes, you're going to be witnessing greatness. I'm going to be breaking records. I'm going to be doing this. You're going to witness greatness. And he did it in branding. He didn't do it where he got up there and said, I'm going to come up here. And, you know, he didn't do it because he like that, but he did it with branding. So
he let his game do the talking. For sure.
He let his game and his marketing team do the talking. But
shout out to LeBron.
Yeah. So then.
But I mean, like I said, that's LeBron. Yeah. Anthony Edwards is him. Yeah. LeBron was being true to himself in the way that, and I think authenticity wins every time.
Oh, for sure.
People whether you like them or not, you can see someone and go, that's really who they are. Yep. Whether I hate them, I hated Kobe. I hated Kobe. No, because I was a Kobe hater for sure. Because he was so cocky. Yeah. He just wouldn't pass the ball. I was one of those. Mm-hmm. But I loved to hate the guy because he was who he was. No. And he didn't care. Yep. If I could have looked at Kobe and it was like, rest in peace. Oh, I hate you, man. He'd be like, good. Yeah. Cool. Exactly. At least I know where you stand. We know where we stand. And it's like a respect thing. So when I got older and I understood, like, oh, he's not a bad guy. No. He's him. And he's a great guy, honestly, for being that way. And that just gravitates and, like, you have nothing but love and respect for somebody like that. For sure. So when people are, being fake or they so much worried about this or that, you're like, it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't make you feel good. But when someone is just, like I said, being real, whether you like what they do or not, it's a certain feeling of like, I get this guy. Yeah. I get this person. At the end of the day, I may not like what they do, but I know this is who they are. They're not wearing a mask or
they're putting in the work.
And you either love them or hate them. They still go show up every day and do what they got to do. Yep. You got to respect it.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to have to wrap up.
Alrighty.
We ran out of time over here, so that's our microphone for like about the last 5 minutes of the show. We apologize for audio.
It was a good one.
It was a good one, though. We got some good stuff in there. Thank you for coming.
Yes, man. Having me, bro. It was good. Hey!
Yeah, see, that's how you know.
We didn't even pay the bill?
Yeah. That's going out.
Literally hitting the lights on us. That's crazy.
And that's not being recorded either, but I can have that on post. Alright, well, till next time.
In our hearts.
Adan, thank you for coming.
Shout out Adan. Shout out Adan for coming.
You can actually go straight to there.
Okay.
I just looked and I was like, this isn't red anymore. I don't know why, but it's 0 hours. Yeah. We had the other shows on there. I didn't think about formatting that.
Oh, you still have the other shows on?
Yeah, I didn't format that memory card. That was my fault. It happens.
So none of this even matters what we're saying.
No, it does. It got picked up on that. Yeah. And that microphone's pretty good.
Yeah. So you got anything you'd like to say to the people?
Anything you want to plug in?
Oh, snap. Yeah. So I'm actually dropping my new line, Nada to Fear.
There it is.
To live a life with Nada to Fear, that's the saying.
What does it translate to?
It translates, it's one of, so Nada to Fear is pretty much nothing to fear, and the reason I have that is through faith, which is one of my favorite scriptures. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Love that.
And I got the name Nada because it's actually my dad's name, my name, and my son's name.
Oh, wow.
Backwards. So it's Adan backwards.
Oh.
So that's how I came up with it. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And that was like my favorite. Like my only scripture I've ever remembered was that.
Cool.
So,
there you go.
Yep. Nada to Fear.
Perfect. There you go. Well, you send me the link and everything. I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, man. Go get some gear.
Anything you want to plug up?
Just love you guys, man. This is really good. This is a great episode.
We got Bobo Mew.
Hey, you got the money. Come on, baby.
Got the Bobo Mew.
Yeah.
We got. We do got these Friends and Family Supreme posters available at equivalents.
This size?
Yeah, it's limited edition Friends and Family.
Let's go.
Backdoored. You can't buy that from Supreme.
Nice.
So is it real?
It's real. It's 100% real. Yeah. So those are the posters they use when they promote on the streets.
Oh wow.
So all the ones that are like on the market are really teared up. I got those straight from the Connect.
Nice.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's when they opened the new LA store. Because it's in Hollywood now,
really?
not from Fairfax. Yeah, it went from Fairfax to Hollywood, like 3 times the size.
Oh wow.
So that's there, and then we have Underdog special coupons coming soon, and then we have a soccer game on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll
be hitting you guys with some content for that, and then every every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Comment, follow Adan, follow everybody.
Shout out.
And then visit me at Equivalents, and we'll be doing a special drop for the questions gear.
Yeah.
It's like stuff like this and the Son of May stuff, and then Not to Fear.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Alright guys, till next time. If I'm yelling, it's because I'm hoping that the camera picks this up. This last 10 minutes is going to be editing hell.
It's going to be a mission. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us for another week of Mic'd Up. Again, shout out to our boy Don. Thank you for coming through.
I'm gonna cry if this stopped not 10 minutes. Like if it stopped halfway, I'm just gonna
just have to bring him back and
go
do it
into
again.
a fetal position. No, we'll have the sound. It's just I'm gonna have to edit it manually.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just crawl up into a ball in the fetal position.
Just get what you get, bro. That's all.
Yeah,
we'll do it again.
No, I'm gonna make this happen. All right, determination. It's a marathon, not a race.
Let's go.
Till next time, like, subscribe, and that's it for today.
Took my ending clap.
Oh, do your clap.
No,
do the clap. Do the clap. Do the clap.
Your clap is pretty loud, huh?
The clap. No, I just do. He does the beginning.
Oh,
I do the end.
I'm sorry.
Can I experience what you guys do?
Yeah, can you go? Like, subscribe, and follow. And those are better.
Okay.
Go.
I almost didn't want to do it.
He's like,
He took it.